All right, guys. So we are going to go over this vocabulary lesson. So me and Mr. Simpson on your Google Classroom are going to post a list of which vocabulary word we want each student to work on. So when you get your vocabulary word, you're going to open up this vocabulary practice, and you're only responsible for the one word you are assigned. So the first thing you're going to do is click on the vocabulary word in the middle, and I have already added the text boxes, so you should not have to add those. So you're going to add your word. Okay. Then go ahead and do the definition. You can type in the definition there. So we're going to do an example with you as we explain it, just so that you understand how to do this. So our vocabulary word that we are going to do as a practice is going to be teacher. All right, so the definition of teacher is a person who teaches. Okay, now we can go up to color. It says, what color best symbolizes this word's personality? And you don't have to worry about shading in your pencil, but if you want to, you can write it in that color, however you want to do. So when I think of teachers, I think about red because I think of red apples. So I would put red, and you can explain it by saying red because apples are red. Okay. Then parts of speech. Sorry, Mr. Simpson. Parts of speech. The parts of speech are noun, verb, adjective, and adverb. A noun is a person, place, or thing. An adjective is a word that describes a noun. An adverb is a word that describes a verb, and it usually ends in ly. And then was the
adjective?
An adjective, yes, adjective describes the noun. I think I said them all. So for part of speech, a teacher is a noun because a teacher is a person. So all you have to do is type either noun, adjective, or verb or adverb. And then I think I missed verb. Verb is an action word, something you can do, etc.
And most of your words are going to be nouns.
Yes.
We'll go ahead and say that.
So for song tracks, you're going to think about your word and what are three songs that would describe, three songs that your word would listen to if it could make a soundtrack. So teacher, one song that it would listen to is School's Out for the Summer. And I believe Alice Cooper sings that.
Yes, she does.
Okay. Next, a song that teachers may sing is the ABC song because you're learning the alphabet.
Jackson 5.
Yes. Okay, and then one last song for teacher is... I'm trying to think. Something about apples. Something about... okay, I'm going to say the 5 Themes of Geography song.
What was his name? Do you know?
I think he calls himself the singing history teacher. All right. Now, if the songs are obvious as to why they relate to that word, then you don't need to put a explanation. But if it's like ABC from the Jackson 5, how does that relate to teachers? Then you can put, this song relates because it talks about the ABCs and teachers teach the alphabet. All right. Next, what holiday does this word best relate to? Well, we have a week named after us, so I would say Teacher Appreciation Week. If you have a word and it's talking about something old, maybe it would celebrate Grandparents' Day. If your word is about farming, I would try to see if there's any kind of holidays for farming. If your word is about skills or work, maybe that's on Labor Day. So you really have to be creative with how your holiday fits. Now, if it is obvious how it fits, you don't have to explain it. But if it's like, well, I don't know if they'll understand how I made this, then put an explanation. On the next slide, you're going to go to category. So first, you're going to think, what is a category that this word would fall into? So for category, I would put jobs. And you may need to change your, yes, you may need to change, the text boxes to fit. Other jobs include doctors, nurses, lawyer, we're just going to fix it so it's on one line, mailman, police officer, or just police, and the last one is actor. All right, then for this one, obviously you can't draw on the computer, but you're going to insert a picture that shows an example and a non-example. So just like Mr. Simpson's showing you, image, and you're going to search the web, and he's going to find an example of teacher. So he's going to insert a picture. He's going to resize it so that it doesn't take up the whole screen. And then at the bottom is a non-example. A non-example is the opposite of an example. It is something that is not, it's not a correct definition or picture. So maybe there you put a picture of a police officer. That would be a non-example. All right, next we go to life lesson. Pretend this word is old and on its deathbed. If it had learned anything from life, what would it be? The word teacher may learn that it is important to be clear in what you want students to learn. All right, and then the last one, if your word could make a social media post, if they could make a post on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, TikTok even, but you can't post a video, what would it be? You can use hashtags, you can use any of that. So for social media, our post could say, teachers, we create all professions. Hashtag teachers of Instagram. All right, so if that is how you are going to do your vocabulary slides, when we get everyone's back, we're going to take the best examples and make one slideshow with all of the words in it so that you can see the completed slides for each word, so that you'll have all of the vocabulary words. If you have any questions, let me or Mr. Simpson know. You can email us. You can message us on Remind. You can send a Morse code message through the office. However, you need to get in contact with us to get some help with this.
We will also put a link to Quizlet in the agenda so that you will all use the same definitions. That way you're not just searching for random definitions, and one class will have one definition, another class will have another. We will all be using the same definitions. So that is it.
And Quizlet is really easy to join. We're going to give you the link, and all you have to do is sign up using your Google, sign in with Google, and it's going to use your school information. It is very simple to join.
You just go to www.quizlet.com and you will go to login or sign up when it comes to it, and you will continue with Google.
And then it will take you to the words. You find your word, and you can finish your vocabulary.
If I can find, there it is. All right, guys. So that is it. Enjoy. Bye-bye now.